So hello students, I'm Praveen Tripathi welcoming you in your computer session. And in the pre-term examination, we had done the computers chapter 1, which is about the fundamentals of computers. So now after doing that chapter, we will start the computer languages. So as you all know that we communicate with the help of languages. As you know that we communicate with the help of English, with the help of Hindi, or with the help of regional languages such as the Marwari, Punjabi, and etc. So now it's time to think that computers also use kind of languages. It might be surprising for you that how computers are also using the languages. So languages is nothing but to putting your command, giving your command to the computer system. So whenever you will give a command to the computer system, it will be referred as the computer languages. As you all know that computer only understand the two things. The things are 0 and 1. 0 means off, 1 means on. So whatever the instruction we give to the computer system, it refers in the binary circuits, that means the on and off method. So whenever we click with the help of mouse, whenever we type with the help of keyboard, whatever we are doing with the help of computer system, it is being converted in the binary language. Supposingly you are writing your name, supposingly you are writing your school's name just like Leal Public School, so it will not be considered as same as you have written the Leal Public School LYALL. It will not be considered as LYALL. It will be considered as something like 01100110 kind of code. So students, mark my point. Computer understand only the binary languages, but we as a human being communicate in English, Hindi, or other kind of language. So how we can communicate or how we can give command to computer system? So we need a intermediary language, so that whatever the human beings, whatever the end users are giving the instruction, so it can be converted into the computer's language. That means the binary, octal, or the etc. languages. So before understanding the computer languages, we have to understand what is a program. Hope you have heard this thing, this terminology program. It is not as similar to your annual function, to the marriage functions or that kind of program. It is a program that means a set of instruction which we give to the computer system. Just like if you are clicking with the help of mouse, if you are typing anything with the help of computers, and after it is processing something and giving you the output. So it is also a part of program. Take the example of calculator. Whenever you type 2 plus 2 and it gives the output of 4, that means we had typed the 2 plus 2 and it's processed. It has been processed and then it gave the output of 4. So all these logics, all this arithmetic calculation done by the meaning of coding or the programming. So program is a set of instruction which when executed makes the computer work in a particular manner. So to write computer programs, we need computer languages, such as if you want to write any kind of article, any letter, any application, so you have to have the basic idea of English grammar or the English terminologies, vocabularies. Just as a similar, if you want to write any kind of computer programs, then you have to understand the computer languages. So a program is written in specific languages called programming language. Just like if you are using English, Hindi, Sanskrit, Marwari, and Punjabi, so these are called the regional languages as well as the main languages. As similar, whenever you will write program in the programming, then it will be referred as the programming languages. So computers do not understand any other language, as I have told you. They understand programs written in special languages. The process of designing, writing, testing a program is called the programming. So the whole phenomena, the whole process is known as the programming. What does the programming include is, it includes the designing, writing, and testing. So whenever you want to design any kind of web page, any kind of software, then you have to write the code and then it testing also be done. So all this process will be called as the programming. So a person who writes a program is called a computer programming. Supposedly my class 6 is writing the computer programming, then my class 6 all students will be referred as the computer programmers. Okay. So a programmer writes the program in one of the programming languages. So he or she has to choose between the programming languages. It may be the low level language, it may be the high level language. So now we will understand what are these languages. So computer languages are broadly categorized into the two types of languages. First one is low level, second one is high level language. So now we will understand low level language. As the name suggests, the name suggesting is that it is low level languages, that means machine language and assembly language. ये वो लैंग्वेज है स्टूडेंट्स जो कंप्यूटर सिस्टम में अपने आप समझ लेता है मशीन लैंग्वेज को, बट असेंबली लैंग्वेज में हमें असेंबलर की नीड होती है. So now we will understand first machine language. As I have told you that the computer only understand two special signals, 0 and 1. 0 means off, 1 means on. As simple as it. So whatever we write, it is being converted into the machinery language, or we can say the binary language. So the binary language is nothing but the machine language. So the instruction in machine language are made of binary numbers. This makes the language suitable for the understanding of the computer. Mark my point. It makes computer to understand the codes, but more difficult to interpret and learn by the human programmer. Example of machine language is binary language, and this is also called the first generation language. So now if I'll ask that what is the first generation language, then your answer will be binary language. What if I'll ask that which codes are used in the binary language, then your answer will be 1 and 0. What if I'll ask that what do you mean by the 1, then your answer will be on. Okay then. So now we will understand assembly language. Assembly language is nothing but when we use the mnemonics. Mnemonics means now we are also going to use some kind of English phrases. English phrases means add, sum, uh, output, print. So whenever we use the mnemonics, mnemonics means the English phrases, English languages in the mode of machinery language. Then it will be known as the assembly language. अगर मैं सिंपल बात में कहूँ तो मशीनरी लैंग्वेज में इंग्लिश वर्ड को भी अगर हम ऐड कर दे, इंग्लिश सिंबल्स को भी थोड़ा बहुत ऐड कर दे, तो वो असेंबली लैंग्वेज होगी. जैसा कि आप स्क्रीन पर देख सकते हैं, SUB sub AX BX. AX and BX are nothing but an variable, just like you do in the mathematics. What you do is x is equals to 5 and y is equals to 10. If I'll say that you have to add x plus y, then your answer will be 15. So the way of representing our data into something else symbol is known as the variable. So here, as you can see, sub, move, LD, STA, BRK. BRK means the break. So we are using what? Mnemonics. So this language used words or names in English form. Once again, mark my point, students, English form and symbols instead of binary digits. What we are using in the machinery language, we were using the codes 0 and 1. But in the assembly language, we are using the English symbols also. So these are also known as mnemonics. What if I'll ask that what is mnemonics? So your answer will be the English symbols and English forms used instead of binary digits is known as the mnemonics. Okay. So, but as computer cannot understand the instruction written in any other language, as I have told you, if you will write your name, if you will write SUB, then it will not considered as SUB. It has to be converted into the binary language. तो हमें एक translator की need होगी. Now we need a translator. जो भी आपने लिखा ना SUB, अब उसको किसी न किसी वे में हमें translate करना पड़ेगा. तो translate करने के लिए what we need is we need a translator, and the translator is known as the assembler. So whatever you are writing in the assembly language, it has to be converted into the assembler, and then assembler will interpret our language to the computer language. Supposingly, आपने लिखा ADD, that means add. अब कंप्यूटर तो add समझेगा नहीं, कंप्यूटर add नहीं समझेगा, बट अपन ने तो लिख दिया add 5 + 5. अपने को तो इसका आउटपुट चाहिए, अपने को आउटपुट क्या चाहिए 10. Then it will be converted by the assembler. Assembler क्या करेगा? Add को लेगा, उसको convert करके इसमें convert करेगा 1001 यानी कि binary digits यानी कि machinery language में, और उसके बाद वो उसको process करके, process का मतलब है add करके, वो आपको output दे देगा 10. ठीक है? So programs written in assembly language are called assembly codes. As simple as it can be. And this language was called the second generation language. Okay, the first generation language was the machinery language. Now we are talking about the second generation language. The second generation language, that is the 2GL, is known as the assembly language. I hope that you have understood the low level language. Once again, I'm reminding you Low level language consists of two languages, machine language and assembly languages. Okay. Now I will tell you about the high level language. देखिए students, high level language का meaning क्या है कि जहां पर आप convenient हो. अभी तक हमने केवल कंप्यूटर की convenience की बात की कि कंप्यूटर क्या करता है, अपनी आपकी लैंग्वेज पढ़ता है, अपने आप से वो कन्वर्ट कर रहा है. बट what if I need to write in my own way? Because I am a programmer, I am an end user. I want to write the codes in my own way, in my own languages. So that's how we have to need. We need a high level language. Okay, high level language is nothing but a kind of language in which we need our way to represent the data. So the language of above generation were machine specific language, as I have told you. So the next step in the development of computer languages was the high level language, is also known as the HLL. If I'll ask what is the full form of HLL, then our answer will be high level language. So a language that is quite similar to English language, mark my point. The language which is quite similar to English language is known as the high level language. यानी कि अब हमने क्या किया कि देखिए कोड तो हम लिखेंगे, कोड हम अपने हिसाब से लिखेंगे, अपने भाषा में लिखेंगे, यानी कि इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में लिखेंगे. जहां पर हम प्रिंट लिखे PRINT, तो कंप्यूटर समझ जाए कि हाँ यहाँ पर मुझे प्रिंट ही करना है. अगर हम कंप्यूटर को बोले कि आउटपुट लिखें OUT, तो आउटपुट ही दे. हम अगर ADD ऐड लिखे तो हमें ऐड ही करना पड़े. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो कुछ और समझ रहा हो. वो अपने इंटरनली क्या वर्क करता है कंप्यूटर, हमें उससे मतलब नहीं है. हमें ये मतलब है कि जो हमने लिखा है वो कंप्यूटर डायरेक्टली आराम से समझ सके और हम भी कन्वीनियंट रहे. क्योंकि अगर हम असेंबली लैंग्वेज की भी बात करेंगे स्टूडेंट्स, तो काफी वो ज्यादा हार्ड होती है. हार्ड इन द सेंस, इफ आई एम अ प्रोग्रामर देन आई नीड वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स काइंड ऑफ कोडिंग. But if you will use the Python, the C, C++, Java, you will find yourself very easy and convenient while writing the codes. Okay, carry on. These were called the third generation language, that means the 3GL. Examples of high level languages are Pascal, Fortran, Basic, COBOL, C, C++, Java, and in my point of view, Python also. Okay, so now I will discuss the advantages of high level language, and then I will differentiate between the low level language and the high level language. Okay then. So programs written in HLL, that means the high level language, are easier to understand and read. As I have told you that if you are writing in English, if you are writing in code in English language, then it is convenient, it is easier. Okay, it is easier to debug a program in HLL. Okay, there is a very interesting term called debug. What do you mean by the debug is, debug means finding error. Just like we as a teacher do in your notebook. Whenever you do any kind of vocabulary mistakes, any kind of spelling mistake, any kind of sentence mistake, or the logical mistake you do, what do is we just circle down that thing. As similar, when we write the wrong code, or we can say the illegal operations, or you can say the arithmetical logical errors, so what it do is it define that bug, it define that error. So debug means finding the error. So when we use the high level language, it is easier to debug a program. That means it is easier to trace any kind of error. So programs written for one computer can run on a different computer also. Just like if I am writing any kind of code in assembly language, then I could not be able to run that code in the another computer. But if I am writing the code in Python, C, C++, Java, then I can run my code in any other computer. I can sell this software, I can sell that software or the website to my clients also. So this facilitates given by the high level language. So now we will understand the difference between low level language and the high level language. So there is nothing much difference between the low level language, as I have told you. Low level language is difficult to write. This is the basic issue which I consider is. It is very difficult to write, but when we talk about the high level language, it is very easier to write. If we talk about low level language, it is difficult to test, or we can say the debug, but in high level language, we can easily test or debug that thing. Processing speed is fast. If I talk about the low level language, then processing speed will be very fast. It will process you all the code in a bit. but processing speed is little bit of low in a high level language because it firstly converted into the binary language and then it will produce the output. But I talk about the machinery language, it is already in the machinery language, it is already in the binary language, then it do not need any kind of conversion. So the low level language needs nothing kind of processing speed. So let's find out what we had left is the modern high level language translator. So these topic will be covered in your next session. Until then, take care of yourself and please follow the COVID appropriate behavior. Thank you so much.